Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bible Together, where we get to read the Bible together.
Yes.
Hope you're all having a good day. We might be a little slow and yawny today.
Yeah. Even when you just said yawn, I wanted to yawn.
I'm probably going to end up doing that. It's been today's Tuesday for us, and it's just been a good morning and a good week so far. But man, drained.
Mhm. Darn.
But this is the only opportunity we really have this week, so we're going
Yes.
to take it and we're going to grab it, and we are going to read the Bible together.
Mhm.
Um, if you're new, we just read the Bible together. That's all we do. We go through, we kind of talk about what we see, and sometimes it connects us to things we've learned in the past, and sometimes it's new revelations, and it's fun, and it helps us understand the Bible better, see each other's perspectives, grow closer together. It's all wonderful. So,
Mhm.
would encourage you to do this with your loved ones in your life and with us as we dive through it together. Today we're looking at Joshua 14. And my presentation software that I usually do the Bible stuff on is not happy right now. So we're just going to read it a different way. And hopefully that will be fine for everybody. Starting at Joshua 14. Please work. Haha, it's there. So Joshua 14, starting at verse 1 here, we're reading the New Living Translation. The remaining tribes of Israel received land in Canaan as allotted by Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the tribal leaders. These 9.5 tribes received their grants of land by means of sacred lots in accordance with the Lord's command through Moses. Moses had already given a grant of land to the 2.5 tribes on the east side of the Jordan River, but he had given the Levites no allotment. The descendants of Joseph had become two separate tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and the Levites were given no land at all. Only towns, there it is. Found the yawn. Only towns to live in with surrounding pasture lands for their livestock and all their possessions. So the land was distributed in strict accordance with the Lord's commands to Moses. A delegation from the tribe of Judah, led by Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, came to Joshua at Gilgal. Caleb said to Joshua, "Remember what the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, about you and me when we were at Kadesh Barnea. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to explore the land of Canaan. I returned and gave an honest report, but my brothers who went with me were frightened. The people from the were frightened, excuse me, were with me, frightened the people from entering the promised land. Much better. For my part, I wholeheartedly followed the Lord my God, so that day Moses solemnly promised me, the land of Canaan on which you were just walking will be your grant of land, and that, excuse me again, I keep yawning, and that of your descendants forever, because you wholeheartedly followed the Lord my God. Now, as you can see, the Lord has kept me alive and well as he promised for all these 45 years since Moses made this promise. Even while Israel wandered in the wilderness, today I am 85 years old. I am as strong now as I was when Moses sent me on that journey, and I can still travel and fight as well as I could. So give me the hill country that the Lord promised me. You will remember that as scouts we found the descendants of Anak living there in great walled towns. But if the Lord is with me, I will drive them out of the land, just as the Lord said. So Joshua blessed Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and gave Hebron to him as his portion of the land. Hebron still belongs to the descendants of Canaan, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, because he wholeheartedly followed the Lord God of Israel. Previously, Hebron had been called Kiriath Arba.
Mm.
It had been named after Arba, a great hero of the descendants of Anak, and the land had rest from war. Well, I feel like you have lots of things to say about this.
Why?
Well, you're a big fan of the story of Caleb and what he does, and it comes up a lot with you.
Yeah.
So speak
I have some thoughts. Um, I'm just trying to see if any of them were at the start.
at the
Why
start.
does it say the verse 4, the descendants of Joseph had become two separate tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, which I thought was interesting because, when Joseph went to his father and he brought his two sons before him, Manasseh and Ephraim, and he presented the oldest and Jacob. He was blind like nearly blind or something at this time. Is that right? Am I confusing him with Isaac? Maybe.
Yeah, I think you are.
So yeah, he wasn't blind. Sorry, that was Isaac.
He was just old.
He was just old. He went to bless Manasseh, the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, he went to bless somebody, and he moved his hand away from the oldest to Ephraim, the younger. And he said, "No, my father, this is my oldest. This is the one who gets the blessing." And his father said, "Yes, he will receive things, but no, the younger." Because I think this is just a thing with Jacob, like because it happened to him.
It's a prophecy.
Well, I know,
So
but
he takes it
does it keep
seriously
going down and down and down? The older will always serve the younger.
until Jesus.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm. Well, so anyways, you would think that Manasseh's tribe would be the brothers, that it would be one. Why is it? Because it's always a little confusing, Manasseh and Ephraim, because they're of the brother Joseph.
Yes.
Because it made it seem that the blessing would be fully on Manasseh and not.
So the older will serve the younger.
Yeah.
Jacob is the chosen one to keep the promise of God over his older brother Esau.
Yes.
Check. Joseph is
Over
the
all of his
leader
brothers.
of all of his brothers, all 10 of which are older.
Yeah.
So they
But
all
I
serve
think
him.
Jacob also says, "These are now mine."
And
Right?
then, yeah, Jacob takes them on himself
These
so
are
that
my
they get a
sons now.
portion of the land. And Joseph, he deserves it. His kids deserve a little extra. Joseph got them through a hard time
Oh,
and
okay.
was
Okay. They
heavily abused
received
by his
double the
brothers.
blessing.
Yeah,
Okay.
instead of the oldest, right?
Mm.
Because Reuben's the oldest, and he doesn't get a double portion that I'm aware of. He might, but I don't think so.
Well, it says he had become two separate. So at one point they were Joseph's tribe, maybe?
I don't think so.
No, I didn't
The
think so
Bible
either,
tends to
because
always
he's
lean
just
into
in
that.
Egypt, right? He didn't have a tribe, right?
None of them had tribes at that point. They had their children.
Right. But they became tribes
Yeah.
on their own. But wouldn't so it's not tribe, not yet. Anyways, it's family. This is This
Family.
is Reuben's family. This is Judah's family. As much as you from your family, or you would, no one would call us a tribe, right?
I think we've been called clans before.
Yeah,
William's clan, the Carr
clans,
clan.
clan.
Um, also the younger.
Well, I'm wondering if the term tribe becomes, when is it when does it become tribe and not just our
You have a
family
big family
with
now. You're a
our
tribe.
10 kids? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if Jacob wasn't a tribe on his own with his 12 sons, then where is that line?
Yeah.
And we should finish the story that like the Edomites are constantly at war and subjected by the Israelites. So Esau is always sort of under the thumb of Jacob, and Herod has Edomite lineage, and Jesus has Jacobite,
Right.
Israelite lineage. So yeah, it does go as far as I can tell forever. Benjamin's the first king of Israel. The older will serve the younger, right? Not Benjamin, but Saul is of the
Saul.
tribe
Yeah.
of Benjamin.
Saul. Yeah.
And then even David is of Judah. He's not the oldest. Reuben is.
Right.
So Yeah, it goes on for a long time. Probably forever.
Mhm.
Ah, but yeah, they get two big chunks of land, and they get two big chunks of land, right? From the map we looked at last week, they're a pretty hefty size. And then the Levites just get. This is what I think is interesting. I never thought about this before. What does it mean to get an allotment of land at this day and age?
What do you mean?
Like, this is your town, and the region surrounding it is
Today?
pasture land at that day and time.
What does it mean to get an
Yeah,
allotment of
like,
land?
here's your allotment. This will be your town and the pasture land, and your town and the pasture land, and your town and the pasture land. And the Levites get their towns and the pasture land. They're not super different, but they're given the brothers are given like instructions on your land goes from this river to this river and this river. Where the Levites are like, this is your town, and the surrounding area is going to be used for keeping up God's flocks and foods.
I'm sorry, are you still asking me a question?
It was it was rhetorical.
No.
Oh
Sorry.
no. Um, I just think it's interesting that it's like back then to be given a chunk of land is just like, yeah, I mean, sure, it's my neighbor is an hour and a half walk away, so everything between me and them is mine. Oh, I just noticed I'm like covering your camera. um, right. So
Mm.
what's the difference to the Levites initially? We get towns and pasture lands too.
Oh. They had different jobs. Like,
So the land was distributed in accordance with the Lord's commands to Moses.
mhm. I was kind of chuckling because Caleb comes to Joshua and is like, remember what Moses said, the man of God?
Yeah, Joshua was there,
I
right?
know, I know. It does say about you and me. So he did include Joshua. I thought the first time you read it, I was like, yeah, he was there. Why are you?
There's a funny way of saying it.
Yeah.
So Kenizzites are from Judah?
Pardon? I looked this up once, um, but I don't know where my notes are on it. I have lots of notes about Caleb.
Well, let's see.
But I don't think Kenzanite is uh, Jewish.
What?
When I looked it up, because I think it's a different group of people. Because there's somebody
In
else that's a
Numbers 13:6, Caleb is identified with the tribe of Judah, but in 32:12, his father is referenced as a Kenizzite.
right.
The Kenizzites apparently were of Edomite origin,
Yes.
according to Genesis 36. Perhaps Caleb represented a Kenizzite clan that had joined the Israelites. That's interesting.
Yes.
But he was kind of adopted into the tribe of Judah then.
Right. But I think, actually, I think I have some notes somewhere that said that he came from one of Moses' father-in-law. I don't know if it was
That
Reuel or
that was a Bible note that he was from Edom.
I know, but I think there was something about him being related to Reuel or what was the other one? Jotham?
Jethro?
Jethro.
The same
Jethro.
person.
Yeah, yes, I know. But I think he had some ties to one of Moses' father-in-laws
Like,
originally.
he's an Edomite who married a Midianite?
Just give me a second.
I think there was a point in my Bible study prep where I listed a bunch of different nations, talking about the cultures of the Eastern world and like Sumerians, Assyrian, Babylonians, Mesopotamians in general, all these people. And I was like, all the Ians. Oh, wait, that's me. She can't read.
Jethro was a Kenite priest of Midian. That's where I made that connection. But it doesn't mean
What the heck does that mean?
I don't know. But that is the note that I found originally.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's so unhelpful. Those are two very different families.
A Kenite and a priest of Midian. Okay,
So
hold on.
is he employed in the tribe of Midian? That's like his job as the priest of Midian?
Be a Kenite shepherd and priest of Midian. I think,
How do they spell that Kenite?
oh, is it different?
It could be.
No. Well, Kenite. Is that different from Kenizzite?
So in Joshua here, it says Kenizzite, Kenizzite.
Are those different?
Well,
I
I
mean,
don't think so because the note that I pulled up spelled it that way.
I don't know if Kenizzite is the. I just thought it made sense to make those connections if they were both from the same region. Wouldn't that make more sense that they were related, like part of Moses's family? That Caleb was adopted into the people, like
This
Moses.
is just a list of well-known Kenizzites or Kenites, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
which are listed as Kenites here. And it's Jethro, land of Midian. The Kenites descended from Rechab. Other well-known Kenites were Heber, husband of Jael, the biblical heroine who killed the general Sisera, and Rechab, the ancestor of the Rechabites. I don't know these people.
Oh, they might be different. There might be a connection, but the two groups might be different groups.
Oh, you know how in the etymology in Genesis you've got the Canaanites and you have the Canaanites, like the Canaan, and yeah, you get Canaan and Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two different people,
Yeah,
and they could be those two lines.
I think they're two different groups. Why did we start?
Because I wanted to know what tribe Caleb was from.
Mm.
I've never really thought about it before.
So, but he's from Edom.
So
I mean,
he's from Judah.
the people are from. Oh, they lived in that region. Is
It
that what you're
seemed
saying?
it from the note that this said when I clicked on Kenizzites in my Bible study software, it said that they were with the tribe of Judah,
Okay.
but they were from Edom. And this says a delegation from the tribe of Judah in verse 6,
Okay.
led by Caleb. And the reason it's weird is it then says he's a Kenizzite.
Hmm.
All right, entertain the people.
Um. He says that, but I'm the one that can't just make stuff up. I'm not make stuff up, but I can't just wax on poetically for any amount of time. Do you want to know about wood carving? If you. No, I'm just kidding. I probably could talk about that for a while, but it's not interesting. I like this part that he says in verse 8. He said he's allergic to lineages. I thought I got you a box of tissues. Are they not in here?
They're in the fellowship hall still, probably.
Oh, sorry. I was just about to say, he was just talking about how the people were afraid to go into land, and he says, "Mm, the land of Canaan on which you were just walking will be your grant of land, and that of your descendants forever, because you wholeheartedly followed the Lord, my God." Now, as you can see, the Lord has kept me alive and well for these 45 years, even while we wandered in the wilderness. And now he's 85. And he says he's just as strong as when he was 45. Or, yeah, is that right?
Everybody talks about the Daniel diet, and
They need the
let's
Caleb.
figure out what Caleb's diet was.
What is Caleb's? No, it's got to be more than diet. It's got to be
Well, I think 40 years
Just
of
living.
exercise and wandering around in the wilderness probably is not actually that bad for you.
Well,
Yeah,
gotta
you
be
get
sunburned. It would be
20,000
terrible
steps a
for
day
me.
uphill.
It would be terrible for me.
Yeah, you wouldn't survive. We watched the David movie uh, last week, the new animated movie.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, and one of Saul's like generals is this redheaded pale guy,
Yeah.
and I couldn't help but think the whole time, like, is
Well,
that
and
possible? Like,
Goliath was the whitest white.
yeah, he was like bleach white,
He was
Mr.
whiter
Clean
than
White,
me. It's
um,
like that man.
like reflective
Why
marble.
isn't he permanently pink?
Yeah,
Oh, it's because he was under a tent. Maybe that's
yeah, he was well taken care of.
yeah, very
Um, interesting movie, really
yeah. Good music.
great music.
Mm.
Very, very, very cool
We're
art.
still humming it.
I
Such
still
earwigs.
actually that to me is part of the frustration with it is none of the music was particularly like memorable. Like I'm gonna go
I
sing
don't
that
think any of
song.
the music was culturally,
They played the harp a couple times.
but it wasn't.
This is not a movie review. We can do that a different time.
Oh, be fun. It was a. I recommend it.
Yeah,
There
I
are only
think
a few parts where you're like, huh?
I wish we could get the concept art and even maybe one of those like tapestries in our home.
Yeah,
They're very pretty.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I've learned recently that getting the original concept art or even like an officially licensed print of it is super expensive for movies typically because I looked into it for the Prince of Egypt,
Oh,
which has been my wallpaper for a year and a half.
more than that.
Oh, a while. Um, I'd love to have it, and we have some sort of like facsimiles of it, but it's
Yeah.
not great. Anyways,
Anyways,
um, so he's 85 and he's not only going, look, I'm ready to settle down.
he's ready to
He's gonna
go
he's like
fight.
the
The
giants.
reason why I brought up Goliath is because he is a descendant
Yeah.
of Anak, which is the region where Caleb wants to settle.
Right.
And so the people there are still giant people. They're still like, even to the time of David, which is some time after this, that they're there. And so, yeah, it's amazing that he's ready to go to battle, not with all of Israel, just with his people. He's like, yeah, we're going to go. We're going to take him.
So what's interesting is they have found archaeological evidence of large people in
Mhm.
this region. There are like big spears, like gigantic arrowheads they found, like spearheads they found, like
Mhm.
huge. They don't make any sense. The shaft, like the part where it connects to the actual shaft, is like this massive circle.
Mm.
They found like spears 10 feet tall, like they're huge, and they could
Amazing.
only have been wielded by giants, and like a burial ground of them.
Oh, so they've got skeletal
No,
remains?
like it's like this is a
I guess
cache,
you
like
would.
they buried the weapons after they conquered them, kind of thing. Like this is
Mhm.
just the storage or something. Um,
No, you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have.
what's interesting to me is the walled cities.
Yes.
Like you really only hear about Jericho, but that's not in
So
this
not only
region.
do you have giants, but you have fortified.
Yeah.
So it's not like y- you're not just riding up and saying, "Get out." This is a serious battle for an
Um,
85-year-old.
one of the confusing parts about this is in a previous chapter in Joshua 11, it says Joshua wiped out all of the people of Anak.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So is this not like saying we're gonna go there? Or
So I think maybe Joshua helps with this campaign. And so sometimes the Bible does this, especially
it
in
goes
these,
back and
yeah, where
forth.
you get like and so Joshua went through the land and he destroyed these people and these kings and these people and these kings.
Mm-hmm.
During this period, Joshua destroyed all the descendants of Anak who lived in the hill country of Hebron, Debir, Anab, and
Are you in 10?
1121.
Oh, because back at the end of 10, it says the same stuff too.
So I think these are not necessarily this
Not in
chapter is
order.
not in
Not in.
chronological order.
Yeah, yeah. I should get my chronological, but I'm not sure it would.
Is it even here?
I'm not sure because I thought I had my chronological at home, but it turned out to be the voice. So I don't know. I have to go. I have to go look.
Westhoff is looking for recommendations on what translation to read this year.
Pardon? Wes Huffins?
Yeah. He does a different translation every year,
For
and he's like,
himself?
yeah. And he said, I didn't finish. It was a video he put out in January. He said, I didn't finish. I'm
In a
in.
year?
He's like, I didn't finish. It was in January. He said, I just finished John 3, so I've only got to cut. Like I'm almost done.
Yeah,
But
he's pretty
he's been
close.
reading through the LSB, and he's looking for recommendations for what to do next.
I'm pretty happy. This is my
NLT.
second time through NLT, and but I like going back and forth through different. And when I had opened the voice the other day, I was like, man, it's really good. I want to do the voice again. But then I feel really because I love this Bible.
So you have to keep it beside you, read through the voice, and then when you see things that make it jump out, you write it in that one. So you have your like note Bible.
Yeah, my note Bible.
Um, I'm just trying to look for.
I'm I'm just in Chronicles though. It will be a long time before and maybe I'll make up my mind.
I think I finished Zechariah this morning. I might have one chapter left.
And I'm really enjoying Chronicles, like I have never have before. Because usually I get really bogged down by the kings and who they are, where they are, and whether or not they were good or bad. I mean, it tells you in that chapter he was not good. It always says. Because honestly, I think there are 4 that are listed as having done what David did, but only 2 fully what David did.
Right.
And everybody is compared to David. Everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody has there's no other comparison other than David. I mean, sometimes they're compared to their fathers, like directly before them, in that way. But everybody, David is the standard.
Right.
But it's fascinating, and there's so many good things. Like I'm going to preach this Sunday on Jehoshaphat, which is one of the 4, one of the 4 good ones. And he had this battle in a valley that they had to put singers out in front. Like that was what the Lord told them, put singers out in front and have them sing. And
home is behind.
and so there were 3 groups of people that were coming after them, and they started to fight amongst themselves, and they wiped themselves out before they got to the people. And then they called that valley the Valley of Blessing, because they were singing and praising the Lord, and all of their enemies destroyed themselves before they even got there. And they took all of the loot, the plunder from that, and they were blessed because before that they were struggling.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. Like Chronicles, Kings, 1st, 2nd Samuel. Honestly, I'm having a great time this year through my everything I
A
read.
grand old time.
I'm at like even Judges. Like Judges is hard, especially the last few chapters of Judges. But even Judges, I was like, man, this is really good stuff. Not that, but it's different every time. Every time it's different.
As bandmaster said that all the time. Every time we finish practicing a piece, great stuff, great stuff. Bill Gordon, good stuff, good stuff. So I'm trying to find, because I know I've seen footage of this cache of weapons. I'm having a hard time tracking it down though, so now I'm a little skeptical.
Of their weaponry. Of what you were just talking about?
Yeah.
I do like Caleb a lot. I don't think people talk about him enough. I mean, I know it seems like there isn't a lot, but he comes up a lot.
Right.
Like everywhere that I write these little notes out to the side. Like there's a point in the next chapter where it talks about Caleb's daughter who marries Othniel, who is one of the judges. I think he's the first judge. Because there's Joshua and then there's Othniel, who is the judge. But it talks about Caleb's daughter, and the exchange that they have is just really fascinating for me because you don't have a lot of women talking the way she talks in this.
Right.
like the straight, like Deborah
Mhm.
has pretty good, like just straight
Straight shooter.
shooter. Yeah.
What does he say in Aladdin? He's like, if you want to win the girl, you gotta be a straight shooter. Something like that.
Why is that what you remember?
Are you serious? How long have we been married?
15 years this year.
There's no rhyme or reason to what stays in my brain. So the Kafar Manash horde was a
Do you have pictures?
not really, like nothing I can make helpful.
Oh, what's it? Say it one more time.
Kafar, Kfar, Monash, Monash, horde was this cache of weapons they found in a dig, and
It just looks like rocks.
they're 66-centimeter long spearheads,
Hmm.
which is about 2.25 foot. So it's a hefty size spearhead.
Oh, there are some pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a spearhead.
Of the spearhead. Yeah.
Um, the average size spearhead for the Iron Age is 6 to 7 centimeters. So these spearheads are 10. I know, I've seen it. Right.
Well, it's just there's a
well, that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen that.
Well, it's a good reference.
Yeah.
Shows you how big the spearhead is.
So they're 10 times longer than the average spearhead for that period.
Which is crazy.
Huge. It's gigantic.
An average person couldn't do anything with that.
There's also evidence from Egypt and from a couple of, like, I think Canaanite writings, of these like 7 to 8 foot tall, oversized warriors from the Philistines. There's some Egyptian hieroglyphics and cave paintings, or cave like wall paintings, and writings about these giant people, which is cool.
Yeah, just thinking about the David movie. In
Oh yeah,
in this movie, they have a person approaching David, and you think
they're gigantic.
they're
Huge.
huge,
Head and shoulders above everybody.
Huge. You're like, oh, that's kind of a weird depiction of
A
Goliath.
big dude.
And then that's his armor bearer.
Yeah.
It was so funny. It was hilarious. Oh my gosh. And Goliath was terrifying.
But nowhere near as scary as the Amalekites for some reason in that movie.
No, the Amalekites were much scarier.
When you think about it in contrast to Goliath, they really do a weird decision with that.
I think it's because the Amalekites were supposed to be a heart thing. It's a heart thing because of what Saul didn't do right.
Yeah, it's a different kind of ghost.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's a great movie, yeah. And I think, our boys, they are 7 and 10.
Yeah.
And they sat through most of it willingly. There was a couple of times where they wanted to get up, or one of them did get up, and we're like, no, come back, we're gonna finish the movie. It's like family time. But they've watched it like 4 times since then.
They keep watching their favorite parts.
I think
the music.
It's very colorful, so it really does attract kids.
It is very colorful.
Musical. There's some.
Well, I say it's colorful. There are parts that are colorful. For the most part, it's all in the same color spectrum of like wilderness.
I highly disagree with that. Even David in the wilderness, it's like this hybrid rocky.
I guess what I mean is it's the same palette until you get to
all the colors.
No.
I think we watch different movies.
We have different perspectives on color.
She doesn't know how to look at colors properly. It's fine. So the land had rest from war.
Mm-hmm. Wait, where are you at?
It's the last.
No, I wanted to go back to Hebron.
Okay, Hebron, go ahead.
So Caleb's given Hebron, and
Hebron.
I'm trying to remember. There's more details to it than that, though, because also his Hebron is within Judah, and within that is also like the Levites are also given a portion of that area.
They're given cities and pasture land.
Yes, and Hebron is where David later. That's his hub before Jerusalem. That's where he kind of camps out. Yeah.
Let me see if where does it actually use the word Hebron? Hebron, there it is.
Does it say Kiriath? Yeah, Kiriath Arba.
Arba is an interesting thing. Why don't we talk about that?
Okay.
Well, it's
The
just
person?
they're talking about the giants of Anak, these heroes of old that they have, and they reference Arba.
Yeah.
Who the heck is Arba? We all know Goliath,
Yeah.
but this is all preceding that. So, like,
I don't know. I've never actually looked it up.
is there another reference to this Arba being?
I can look it up. Hmm.
Abram put an altar in Hebron, the oak grove of Mamre.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he lived there for some time. Sarah dies in Hebron.
Is that right?
Yeah. Just
City of four, the number four, or city of Arba. Father of Anak. So the first,
oh,
they
that's
believe he
interesting.
might have been the first of the race of giants. Sometimes interpreted as the number four. Hmm.
An
Well,
ancestor of the giants of Anakim and a great hero among them. Joshua 15:13 and 21:11. He comes up again. The founder of the city of Kiriath Arba, later known as Hebron. Okay, so if Goliath, but Goliath is from Gath, right?
yes.
I One of the cities Caleb gets is Gath, is it not?
Let me
Or is
get.
it just one of the ones that Joshua takes out?
I think it's. Well, I'm not sure Gath exists at this point, or
It says
well, because Gath is a city during the time of David. I
so is
know that.
Hebron.
What?
So is Hebron.
Yes, I know, but when you say take out, but it still exists by the time of David, by the
No, so
Philistines.
during this period, Joshua destroyed all the descendants of Anak, including those. None of the descendants of Anak were left in the land of Israel, though some still remained in Gaza, Gath, and Ashdod.
Because the Philistines weren't,
Okay, so they
the,
fleed it.
the Anakites weren't originally Philistines.
Nobody was.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like the Philistines came and they took the city of Gath, but the tall people still lived there. Sorry, just hard to say Anakite for some reason.
Really? I quite like that word.
Or I think I'm trying to say the city of Anak. That's harder to say than Anakites.
Yes, because they're different, right?
Yeah.
The city of Anak is not the same as the city of Arba. Didn't we just figure that out?
Not doesn't it's not easy to find information about this. That picture is hilarious.
Okay, so Gath is still in Israel. I wasn't sure if it was like on the outskirts or something. Pretty centralized. It's not far from Gezer, Ashdod. Um, it's not far from Jerusalem, really. Interesting. So that's fine. I was just curious, like, if Goliath has a personal vengeance with the Israelites,
Hmm.
if he had family in Hebron and Kiriath Arba or whatever it's called, and if Joshua comes and wipes him out, Caleb wipes him out, whoever it is. I almost looked at a, I almost tried to look up a picture of Arba. Like, do I have a picture of Arba? No, it was 6,000 years ago.
Um. In the Torah, it talks about Hebron. Sorry. This Arba having 3 sons. She
Where?
in the Torah.
No.
Sorry. Sorry. Not.
Tanakh?
Yeah.
No, that's the Bible.
No.
But there's more books. There's the wisdom literature in this in Tanakh, I think, that we don't keep.
Was this from Numbers? Hebron's 3
Is it from like
sons.
rabbinical texts or is it
Yes.
from okay?
Hold on. No, it says Numbers. Hold on. It's
Oh.
from Numbers.
Which numbers?
I'm trying to. 13:22. Sorry. I went too far. What? Yeah. Ahiman, Shishai, and Talmai, all descendants of Anak, lived. Oh, interesting. I said these were the sons of Anak.
What
of Arba.
is the reference?
Numbers 13. 22.
Ahaman, Sheshai, and Talmai. Going north, they passed through the Negev and arrived at Hebron, where these 3 blokes were living, all descendants of Anak. The ancient town of Hebron was founded 7 years before the Egyptian city of Zoan. And when they came to the valley of Eshcol, they cut down a branch with a single cluster of grapes so large it took 2 of them to carry it on a pole between them.
Sorry, I was reading from a website called the Torah.
Oh.
That's why I was confused.
Like, I'm confused. This is
I
just
know,
the
I'm
Bible.
sorry. I know it's the Bible.
Amalekites live in the Negev. Caleb tried to quiet the people as they stood before Moses. Let's go at once to take the land, he said. We'll certainly conquer it. But the other men who explored the land disagreed with him. We can't go against them. They are stronger than we are. Yikes. Bet they regretted that. All right. It's been 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I have thoroughly enjoyed this. I think it's always interesting when we get more information about the giants because they're. I think people like to fill in the blanks with them too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've seen commentaries and we've seen different things where they're just like guessing
Yes.
based on really obscure references to
I
other like
remember-
mythology and stuff.
I remember a reference.
Careful.
I was just going to say that it was not like there was a reference. I'm not going to say where, but it was a commentary Bible that said that the reason why David picked up
The extra stones.
the extra stones were
brothers.
for Goliath's brothers.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really huge assumption. Yes, he did have brothers. They are mentioned in other chapters later. It even says that some of his mighty men killed 1 or 2 of them.
It's also incredibly uncommon to pick up a single piece of ammunition.
Yeah. Yeah.
A slinger would have had a handful of rocks.
Yeah.
Or a satchel.
But that commentary had said, yeah, it's because he had four brothers.
He did have 4 brothers, and David did pick up 5 rocks. David did not know he had 4 brothers. They didn't know Goliath.
That we know of.
No, he didn't.
But it was an assumption.
Yeah. That's my point, right? It might not be wrong,
but the
we don't
assumption,
have any way of knowing it's right.
The assumption was written like it might as well have been fact.
Most are.
Assumptions? You can say assumptions are facts.
No, most are written like you're.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When you're filling in the blanks.
Right.
And so just seeing like there are normal people with a normal heritage
Well,
that
no,
just
so
happen to be big.
What we're doing while we're talking through it is we're just talking. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean what we're saying is exactly how it happened or what. It's just our thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, so the thing is, it's interesting is people do write this stuff down, right? Like though,
Yeah.
in ancient times, they'd write down everything that their teacher, their rabbi said if they could. They couldn't because it was too expensive, but they definitely would pass information along, like, "Did you hear he said that?" And we get it 2,000 years later as Rabbi Hillel said that fish can fly when the Messiah is near. And it's like somebody overheard him say that as they walked past, and then they spread the rumor.
Mm.
By the time it gets to us, it's written as fact. And that's why people are so distrusting normally of oral tradition.
Yeah.
What they don't seem to understand is oral tradition is usually a very formal thing.
Mm.
It's accounted for, it's tested. It's, you teach hundreds of people this exact oral tradition. You give them the exact details, all you memorize the Torah and you spread it, and they're tested over and over and over again on it. So it becomes a formalized thing. It's not just hearsay. But that's all I have for today.
Mhm.
I'm quite sleepy.
Yes, I'm
Um,
quite sleepy as well.
I feel like today it would be nice if it was raining. It's just like one of those days.
No, that would be much more difficult.
But I hope this has been good for anybody who watches it. And if you are interested at all, you can join us on Sundays at the Houston Northwest Corps here
Mhm.
in the Salvation Army in big ol' Houston. Be happy to have you.
I should pray. Yeah. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for your word, Lord, for time together, for showing us new things. I just pray for everyone watching and for their households, for their families. Lord, please continue to be with us, guide us, direct us. Thank you for loving us. Thank you most of all for your Son, Jesus. It's in his name I pray. Amen.
Have a great day.